All right, guys, hope you're ready to geek out with me here because I have the Initial D G-Shock Square. Now, if you're a JDM car guy and you're also into G-Shock Squares, then you and I have a lot of things in common. Because when I saw this one released to the public, I was super excited. So my buddy Adam just randomly had put his name on a list, and this came up for him to purchase. It flew under the radar. I didn't even know this was coming out. So Adam hit me up. Hey, Rob, you like squares? Do you want this? And I was shocked. I was like, yes, Adam, I don't care. Here's the money. I PayPal'd him immediately. It was like 210 bucks. He ordered it for me. He got it in and then shipped it over to me. So Adam, you're a rock star. Thank you very much. I'm super excited to get this. So let's cover the size of the watch real quick, just in case you're not used to what the square is. So 42.75 millimeter width, 49, you know what, who cares? It's a G-Shock Square. I'm not going into that. It's using the simple module 3229. It's the base module that's in the D, right? So you can buy these for 40 bucks. This was over 200. Comes in a cool cardboard box with the AE86 True NO on it. So this is an icon on many levels. If you're into the JDM car scene, or if you're just into anime and you happen to have watched Initial D, usually those two are tied together. It also comes in this really cool tin. And here's the hang tag. It's called the dw5600BAIT20. So I'm not really sure what that means, other than some of the drifting and everything. So a little history lesson, I guess, on Initial D. It's an anime series, but it's based on, I only really watched it with my son, especially because he was born around the time that this was released. This was released in 1998, and there was many episodes and seasons of the Initial D anime. And basically what it was is there's a bunch of characters in it, but the main character, Takumi, it used to deliver, or was delivering tofu, which is what all this is. It's a tofu restaurant or something. I don't speak the language or read it, but he was delivering it for his dad, and his dad was kind of like grooming him to become a very good driver on these back roads, or the toge, the hills in the turns and everything in Japan, and to not spill the food delivery that he was doing, or water or something. I can't remember exactly. It's been a long time since I've watched it. So he got really good at it, but he was doing solo runs, and he was using his dad's AE86 True NO Hakuruko, or whatever you want to call it. It's all the same thing. It's a Toyota front engine, rear drive drift car that people turned into drift cars. I'm geeking out big time. I'm sorry, guys. So it turned into more of a soap opera type anime where there was battle scenes basically where they were toge out, and he was usually battling against cars that had way more horsepower, potentially better drivers, even though he was always a better driver. All-wheel drive, maybe a GTR or Skyline or Subaru or something, even some front-wheel drive cars, and he had to learn how to drive, accordingly against them. So anyway, that's kind of the Initial D if you want to watch it. There should be plenty of videos on the web for it. I don't know. I used to have all the episodes and everything, but those are all gone now. So while we're talking about it, though, we can look at the watch. Obviously, you have the white and black panda, kind of theme of the AE86 True NO. And I'm not sure what is up with the factory bull bar on there, because there is no protection on that drift car or anything, but has a lot of decoration there. I think I could do without this. And I don't think I'm going to take it off, just because this is, that's the way G-Shock sent it over. But so it's still really cool. And if you want to geek out even more, and you want to get into researching some JDM things, because there was a very, very famous guy that was involved with consulting with the Initial D anime, and his name is Keiichi Tsuchiya, aka the Drift King. And he was a race car driver of that era. He was born in the late 50s, but he was like a god over there when it came to, and still probably is, when it came to racing and drifting. They dubbed him the Drift King. Another good JDM car series to watch it's called Best Motoring, and he was one of the main hosts on that series, and he had a few other guest stars or whatever, but they drove some of the coolest cars, and they would run them down the tollgate. You know, it would be like viewers' cars and everything too. So it's such a great show. I don't know if it's still going or not, but the old episodes are still, like, you could sit down and watch them all. It's awesome. So anyway, guys, there's a quick geek out on that. Let me pop this on wrist. Listen, I love G-Shock squares, but I don't know what to say. I'm speechless when it comes to this one as far as like how excited I am. I mean, I'm trying to share it with you and share my excitement. Hopefully that's coming through, and I don't know if I'll even wear it, but just from the collector standpoint, it like rejuvenated me into the squares. I mean, this is beyond cool that to have something like this. There's so many releases out there of the G-Shock squares. So there should be something to get you excited, whatever your hobby is or whatever the tie-in is. Hopefully you can find something or something will come out. Now, you might have noticed as well the little bit of red like behind the screen. So if we kill the lights and we hit the light button on this, you'll see that it actually is the Intial D logo and everything for the anime. So that's also in there. That's pretty cool. All right, guys, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, let me know. This one will be around for a while, so I'm sure you'll see it again. And again, thanks, Adam. You like, it was a big deal. You didn't realize it at the time, but it was a big deal for me. So thanks, Adam.